What's up, Terminator? Appreciate you stopping by. All these motherfuckers are short. I'm just fucking off on this game here. I appreciate it. And I've started and ended my chat quite a few times today. There we go. Was playing with Stealth a little bit earlier, but then I got pissed off and left the game that I was in with them, dealing with some shit. You're not streaming? Since I'm not playing Call of Duty, it ain't gonna lag me out to where I could watch your stream, have your stream pulled up. It's not showing you online. There you are. Nope, you're not off online right now. Alrighty then. Yeah, sorry I didn't pull you up earlier. I try to get everybody in every day, going for a little bit on everybody's stream. Sucks though, because when I'm playing Call of Duty, I've got shitty fucking internet. You know, whenever I'm running just without watching nobody else's stream, I've got a 139 millisecond ping when I'm trying to load into Call of Duty, so it really lags me out if I pull up another window to watch somebody else's stream. It's like that when I play Call of Duty or Rogue Company. One second, guys. What? You got a lot of fucking problems. Well, what's the fucking problem? Tell the bitch to fucking go and, you know, she does not get my fucking car, get my grandma and leave. There's no fucking problem at all. She does not get my fucking car, you put my grandma in the car and you go. Yeah, it sucks royally, and I've called a bunch of different internet providers around here trying to get a different service, and everybody's come out and tried to set up, and none of them can get a signal where I'm at. The only place that can get a signal where I'm at is T-Mobile. And they wouldn't be bad, but they oversold their product. You know, so where we're supposed to have, let's just say, where we're supposed to have like 100 people on the connection, you know, they've got like 500 people. That's how bad they fucking oversold it. I mean, the numbers are a lot more different than that, but that's just a general idea. Where they're only supposed to sell like 100 units, they sold 500 and trying to provide service for 500 people when they only got enough to be able to provide for 100 people. So it's very overloaded. And it's like, and they find it funny, you know. I mean, they openly tell us, well, we oversold. You know. I mean, the only thing that came out of it is I think I got like 5 months free internet when I first started bitching about it. Exactly. If I was actually a social person, I'd fucking try to get a hold of the people in my area and file a class action lawsuit against them because they obviously are not providing the services that they're advertising. But I'm not a social person, and I'm a hothead, so they start talking stupid and shit in court, and I'm liable to fucking just ruin the whole goddamn case anyways. So I figured, fuck it, I can play a little bit. It's until I can decide where I want to move to, get a new place, and get a better internet company. Or if Spectrum ever comes out to this area, that would be perfect, because I would go with Spectrum. Everywhere else I've lived, I've had Spectrum, and I love them. Oh yeah, 1 gig? Fuck yeah. You know, if I had a gig, dude, my gameplay would be so much different. I mean, because I don't know how much you've actually got to see, but I do pretty decent. You know, back before I went to prison in 2007, I was supposed to be part of a team that was sponsored by fucking Call of Duty to play. I ended up getting in trouble going to prison, so that went out the window. But I'm still a very good fucking player. And then I get in here with all this lag shit, man, and it's like, really? I know I'm fucking better than this, and I can't fucking get shit done, but, you know, the only reason I even play Call of Duty now is because of, like, stealth and nurse. Other than that, I just don't give a fuck about Call of Duty. Yeah, you need some experience. Yeah, I don't know what it's called out there, if it's Spectrum that you have or Charter or same company. And it's actually just an offshoot of fucking AT&T, because AT&T bought Charter. But I like them. I mean, I've tried to get HughesNet out here. I've tried to get Dish Satellite. I've tried to get fucking this local company that says they've got fucking great internet. But if they could have fucking got the... Oh yeah. But if this, I can't even remember, it's like Wisp or some shit like that. Whisper, I can't remember. Something to that effect is the company that I was trying to get out here. And if they could have got it connected, it was going to cost me like $150 a month just for my internet. But I was going to have speeds up to like a gig and shit, and it would have been awesome. But I live down in a fucking valley out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And the dude that come out, he says, man, we're only allowed to take our pole and extend it 10 feet above the house. And if we still can't get connection, we can't do nothing. We can't go no higher than 10 feet. And they did that, and they couldn't get a signal, so fuck. If probably gonna play a couple more matches of this. I'm just killing time waiting for the stores to refresh because there's a script that I'm trying to get to finish this out. I've only got one more thing to get, basically, to have this game 100% completed. And it's random RNG for when it's going to show up in the store, so I'm just killing time waiting for it to show up in the store. But I'm probably going to go play some Rogue Company after this. I'll be shutting the stream down in a little while. No, I'm glad. I appreciate that. It just feels like whenever, only when I'm playing Call of Duty or Rogue Company is when I get the fucking lag issues. Other than that, yeah, I like the way my streams turned out. I think the capture card is doing a great job. I bought the HD60X capture card by Elgato. I finally got a chat cable to where you guys can hear my teammates when I'm playing Rogue or Call of Duty. Hate having all those fucking wires though. I got a shit ton of wires that I'm fucking used to. I like everything wireless, but it is what it is. I figure you guys being able to hear the bullshit that my teammates talk, that we talk to each other, is a lot better than you guys just hearing one-sided me talking when you know there's other people in the game. So I'll take the aggravation of the wires to try to perform better and give you guys better entertainment on my stream. I set up my account years ago, but I just started streaming back in February, is when I actually went live with my account, was back in February of this year. So let's see, this is June, so about 4 or 5 months now. Yeah, that's about right. About 4 months, because I didn't get paid the first month. I didn't make enough revenue the first month. And I've been paid 3 times since. Yeah, the subs part is a bitch for me. The followers I got pretty decent and lucky because one of my buddies that was streaming before me, he got into this community that we all just fucking, he got me in there, but got into this community to where they had raids. They'd set up raids and you'd sign up for a day to be raided and you'd get an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that of being raided. Then you had to raid the next person in line, you know. So I got my followers up to 167, around 150, 160 doing that. And then the community fell apart because it started becoming a buddy hustle thing instead of everybody looking out for each other. A lot of favoritism started being played, so the community fell apart. And now I just basically do it by, like, you came in and followed, so I followed you. I don't make enough money yet to be subbing to other people. I wish I could, but you know, I'm on disability, so it makes shit kind of tight. That's why I do this. I'd rather be out fucking working, but I can barely stand up long enough to take a shower without passing out. I got fucking heart condition, and fucking breathing shit problems. So I do this. This is to keep my mind occupied, and I play games anyway, so I figure why not make a few bucks while I'm doing it. I mean, the most I've made in a month is like $75. If I had better internet, and I don't know where you stream, but I would advise you that because you've got good internet, yeah. I actually set up an account for Kick because from what I've seen and what everybody's been telling me is if you stream through Kick, once you get affiliated, you have to have like 70 followers on Kick, which you start at 0, but you can get your people from here to switch over and follow you there, you know. But instead of getting paid a percentage of your subs, like anybody that subscribes to you or something like that, it's like a 95-5 split. You get 95% of it, of all donations and that. But instead of your money being based off of how many people views and how many commercials and shit, it's based off of hourly. You get paid for how many hours you stream once you get affiliated. Unfortunately, the lag trying to stream on Kick for me was just impossible. My screen would be fucking so choppy, you know, because I tried one day. I've got my account set up and everything, and I tried to stream, and it just didn't work. You know. But yeah, I've got it there for whenever I do move, or if a better internet provider shows up in my area, I'm definitely going to Kick. I mean, it's something you should look into. I've been telling everybody that I know that streams, you know, look into streaming for Kick, because if you can become affiliated there, you know, you're golden. Because I'm being told that you're paid by the hour. It's like, I mean, it ain't something extravagant, you know, but fuck, if I'm making, even if I'm only making $10 an hour streaming, you know, I stream for 8 to 14 hours a day, you know, that's a good living for being disabled, you know. And if I'm getting paid by the hour, yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely voting for Trump in November. Fuck this piece of shit, Biden. Can't stand that motherfucker. I mean, I'm a convicted felon, so I've never voted, never registered or anything like that. You know, but I ain't been in no trouble since 2007. But now, I'm definitely voting for Trump. I've already registered. I had to renew my license this year, and when I renewed my license, I fucking registered to vote. And I really hope he gets the bill passed to where no matter what, you know, the Second Amendment is enforced the way it's supposed to be. Because as a convicted felon, right now I can't own guns, which is absolute bullshit because it says it right there in the Constitution. Shall not be infringed upon. I mean, back in the old days, and this can be looked up by anybody, back in the old days, if you went to prison, when you got out of prison, you was given a horse, a gun, and a gold dollar. I mean, in fact, I can't remember exactly what year it was, but that law was still on the books in Missouri until, I want to say, probably 15. Well, maybe no, maybe longer than that. God damn, time flies. I want to say it was back in the late 80s, early 90s, that somebody that got released from prison oh no, it ain't gonna happen. But I think it was back in the late 80s, early 90s. Somebody got out of prison in Missouri. and they sued the state because of that law of being given a horse, a gun, and a gold dollar when he was released from prison. They won, but the government ended up having the last laugh because they won and got it, but then they enforced the law of you're a convicted felon, you're not supposed to have a gun. So as soon as they gave him that gun and he took possession of it, they arrested him for a felon being in possession of a firearm and gave him 5 years federal time. Which just blew my fucking mind because it's like, that's entrapment. But then they abolished that law. They took that law off the books in Missouri. I don't know about the other states, but yeah. I mean, the thing that fucks me up the most is, you know, we got our independence because of the totalitarian way Europe was governing us over taxes and all this shit. But now, to this day, our tax dollars are fucking just, we're taxed into the fucking ground, you know. And then they want to send billions of dollars over to foreign nations without a vote from us, you know, as the people. They just want to make these back fucking room deals and send all this money, but then all our vets that are homeless, all our citizens that are homeless, you know, our vets that have their mental problems and that, nobody's getting no help in our own fucking nation because they're sending all this money over there. Or all this money for a fucking bolt and screw. You know? It's all being pocketed. It's a fucking joke. Alright, who do I want to use? Use him. Gotta use her. I got certain people I have to have in my party in order for me to move forward. Yeah, and see, that's just it. The key to all that is you don't own none of it. Because the first time you don't pay those taxes, they come in and take it. You know, so you never own nothing. You're just renting everything your whole fucking life. And it's just, oh my God, it's such a fucking bullshit scam. Or the fact I can get a ticket for not wearing my seatbelt. Who the fuck am I hurting not wearing my seatbelt? Other than maybe the insurance company that's fucking bogus anyways. You know? I've been driving for 30 years and have never filed an insurance claim. Never had insurance brought into anything. I've been into 2 accidents my entire life of driving. Neither one of them was my fault. And one of them I wasn't even driving. I was a passenger in the vehicle. Got T-boned in that one. And then in the first one, I was driving a work van for a company I worked for before I started my own business. I was driving a work van. Brakes locked up and I took it off the fucking road and ended up climbing a fucking tree with this work van. And it was proven that the brakes locked up and I didn't get no trouble and there was no insurance claim on it. You know, so why is it I'm still fucking having to pay so much for fucking car insurance? You know, when I've proven to be a safe driver. Oh, I know, because of all the fucking bullshit people out there that don't have insurance. You know, I gotta fucking pay for them too. Yeah. I mean, if the world was ran more with common sense, would be alright. But unfortunately, it's never going to be like that in my time. You know, like, I'm a firm believer. As an adult, do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know? If you're willing to pay the consequences for your actions, do it. The only thing I say you don't get to do is you don't get to fuck with children and you don't get to fuck with the elderly. You know, you want to do drugs, do them. You know, you get caught and you go to prison, cool. You know, don't whine about it. Own up to the fact that you made a choice and all choices have consequences. You know, don't be a fucking pedophile because you need to be shot on sight. You know, and don't fuck with the elderly because they're the ones that paved the roads for us to have what we have today. You know, show elderly respect. The children should be our future, so don't fucking traumatize them. Outside of that, do whatever the fuck you want. You want to fuck your neighbor over? Fuck them over. If they're a pussy and let you do it, cool. You know, you got away with it. If they not, you get your fucking jaw broke, cool. You know, maybe you'll learn not to fuck people over. I mean, I try to keep everything simplistic. I mean, it's all the bullshit of, it's all about control. That's what it boils down to. The government wants to control us. You know, and they're getting away with it because too many people think that the government is helping us when all they're doing is helping themselves. They don't give two shits about us. I mean, still to this day, if I'm driving down the road and I see somebody broke down on the side of the road, I'll pull over and try to help them, or if they need a ride, I'll try to give them a ride. You know, and I don't ask for nothing in return. I just ask them to pay it forward, pass it on. And by no means am I a good guy. You know, I'm a fucking complete dickhead, asshole, however you want to look at it. You know, I've got some morals, you know, I've got a code that I live by. And it ain't for everybody, you know. But I'm a firm believer that, you know, do unto others as you want done unto you. So I try not to intentionally fuck nobody over. And I try to keep my word about everything. Oh yeah, I 100% agree with the coronavirus being population control. It's just their new form of AIDS, because I believe AIDS was a fucking form of population control as well. But they wanted to use AIDS as a majority of going after the black community, you know, the Mexican community, and the gay community. That's who they focused on the most. And then they found out who the closet gays was when you started getting all these white boys having AIDS, and the politicians and shit are scratching their head. But we only infected the blacks and the Mexicans. How's this white dude got AIDS? Well, yeah, because, you know, there's gays everywhere, motherfucker. And that's the other thing, you know, all this shit that they're doing now, you know, with the him, they, them, their, fuck, cool. You think you're a dude, you know, you was born with tits and a pussy, but you think you're a dude? Cool. You're a dude, you know. But if I see tits and a pussy, you're still a chick. You know, if you're one of my friends, I'll respect you and, you know, call you whatever fucking guy name that you think that you want to be called. But as a whole, as a group of people, you're not going to take and tell me I got to change the way I speak because you are confused about shit. And that's just like I tell my son, you know. If he wants to be gay when he gets older, I'm still gonna love him. You know, he made a choice. That's cool. Live you. You know, live the life the way you want to live it. Now, with that being said, I'm still gonna love you. You're still gonna be welcome to my house, but I am gonna make fun of you. You know, I'm gonna get my amusement about making gay jokes about you sucking a dick or whatever. You know, but I'm still gonna love you. You definitely ain't fucking drinking. I'm not letting you drink out of my shit, and I sure as hell ain't drinking after you. But you know, live your life. You know, whatever makes you happy. As long as you ain't fucking with kids or fucking old elderly people, if that's what makes you happy, do it. You know, and if more people would look at life like that, you know, I think life would be fucking wonderful. God damn it. I mean, shit's just way overthought. You know, and it ain't overthought in the fact of, you know, how can we help the majority? You know, it's overthought in the fact of how can we help the few? The few that's already doing well off, how can we make it easier for them? And that's how fucking shit is done, and I just, oh my. Absolute bullshit. Oh yeah. You know, you can identify as whatever the fuck you want. So here's what's gonna happen. With all this fucking reparations talk that they're fucking talking about, I identify as black now. And the bad part about it is if we went to my family tree, you know, there's probably a lot of black heritage and a lot of people's family tree. You know, somewhere, some way, because of owners fucking their slaves or whatever. But my question is, the 1,000 or so black people back in the slave days, the 1,000 or so blacks that actually owned slaves, do their descendants have to fucking pay? Are their descendants not going to get the reparations? You know, I mean, make it make sense. You had 1,000, somewhere around 1,000 black people that owned slaves back in slave days. You know, so what happens to the people that are descended from the slave owners? Or these black people that cannot trace any of their roots back to slave days, you know, but there's something else. Are they getting reparations if it passes? Because they're trying so fucking hard to pass this reparations bullshit. And one of the, I can't remember her name, but one of the fucking most outspoken women about getting reparations had DNA testing done and found out that she really don't have African heritage as much as she thought. You know, she's got more European heritage than she does. Her heritage was traced back to the Mayflower. So, you still want reparations, bitch? I mean, or are you going to be the one paying? Or let's not forget the fact that, you know, if anybody actually does their studies of history, there has not been one race that has not been slaves. You know, every race on this fucking planet has been subjected to being a slave. But just because your skin's black and history has talked more about slavery in the South, everybody's supposed to whine about you. No, let's whine about and cry about the horrible things that was done to those people in that time. Let's live in the here and now, you know. But what do I know? Oh, fuck. I hate stupid people, I really do. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all fucking part of the human goddamn race, man. Why can't anybody realize that? All these people that are brainwashed, man. And that's why I never joined the military. Because, you know, I couldn't see going and killing somebody that I'd probably be cool with if I met them on the streets. You know, the only time I ever even thought about joining the military, I was actually sitting in prison, and that's when 9/11 happened. I just got the front. Oh my god! Don't tell me my bag was full and I couldn't get it. You know, because as far as military goes, if we was staying on our borders and just worrying about ourselves, I'd be all for joining the military. Okay, it did. Good, I want that. But you know, sticking our nose into other people's business across the world and trying to force them to believe the way we do or to live their lives the way we live ours is just fucking asinine and retarded. You know, I think that if instead of sending our women and men and children, our young men, you know, our 18-year-olds, instead of sending them into war, the two leaders of the company or the country that have hostile intentions should go into a room together, and whoever walks out is the winner. You know, if you're that strong in your beliefs that it's okay to send these men and women to their deaths because they're gonna fight for the beliefs of whatever, why don't the leaders just go do it? You know, quit being bitches and sitting in your fucking office. You know, Biden, you got a problem with Putin? Go fight Putin. Go into a room together. You know, whoever walks out wins. You know, now Putin's gonna have a hell of a time coming over here and trying to enforce any kind of law. But quit sending our men and women, you know, into battle for your fucking beliefs or your disputes. And sure as hell quit fucking going over and trying to force our beliefs onto other fucking nations. But that's my 2 cents on life. You know, like I said, it's not a popular thought process for most people because it actually requires logic. But if people would think logically, our world would be a hell of a lot better place. Here's the little smartass I was talking about earlier. Good night. Love you. Don't get too comfortable, sugar. Grandma's coming and she's going to be taking over my bed. I give him shit all the time because just his mannerism. I didn't get custody of him until he was 9 years old. His mom passed away in a car accident, and I didn't get to be a part of his life because they kept him from me. So, for the first 9 years of his life, he was raised by nothing but women. So I'm playing hell trying to teach him how to be a man. And just his mannerisms, he has that feminine side that he projects. So I give him shit all the time about he's probably going to grow up to be gay. If he ain't already. And he's like, no, I like women. I said, okay. But again, however he turns out, It works. I'm just gonna make fun of him if he's gay. I told him I'll make jokes about him and his boyfriend. Alright. Give her some more stuff. Oh, hell no. Let's change it up. This is my main character. So he gets the good shit first. Oh, yeah. And like I've explained to him, I'm not one of those parents that as soon as he turns 18, he's got to go get your own place. I think that he should live here as long as he wants to live here. Take and get your head on your shoulders, understand how life is going to be, and if you decide that you want to move out, cool. But try to have your life in order, a decent job, money saved up, know exactly what you're getting into, what your monthly bills and everything's going to be, and then move out if you want. But don't think that you got to run out the door as soon as you turn 18. You still got to follow the rules of the house, and if you decide to contribute to the bills of the house, then you get to adjust some of the rules, or some of the rules will be adjusted to be in your favor. But if you decide you're not going to pay nothing, well, the rules are going to be what they are, and you're going to follow them. But again, I'm no expert on this. I've got 5 kids. He's my second to youngest. And we do the best we can and go from there. I've got 115 hours put into this game. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I don't understand why people try to stop kids from making those mistakes. Because we're all hard-headed. We all have to learn our own way. And if you tell a kid not to do something, they're just going to do it. But if you encourage them, to have a thought process and ask them their thoughts, and then say, okay, go with that. And then it blows up in their face and you're there to help them fix it, I totally feel that that's the best way to go. If you just shield them and stop the problems from happening before they happen, then they become bigger problems later when you're not there to protect them. God damn it, it's still not here. I tell my kid all the time, I smoke. I smoke like a fucking chimney. I tell him all the time, don't smoke. And then I tell him, if you decide you're going to smoke, look at where I am in life right now because of smoking. Look at my health. Look at how shit things are. And ask yourself if that's really what you want. Don't let your friends pressure you into doing it. Learn how to stand on your own. I mean, right now he's too young, but when he gets older, if he wants to smoke weed, I'm gonna let him smoke weed. They ain't stepkids, brother. You're raising them. You're there. They're in your house. They your kids. You know. Exactly. And it's just like my youngest son. His dad. His other dad. We call him his second dad. You know, he's a good dude. Me and him didn't see eye to eye when him and my ex first got together, but that's just natural for any of us. You know, but after we got to talking and knowing each other, I respect the man. He's a good dude, and I couldn't ask for anybody better to be a father figure to my son when I'm not there. You know, and most guys have a problem if their kid calls another man dad. The way I look at it is, I'm not there. My youngest lives in Florida with his mom and dad. I live here in Missouri. I talk to my son every day. My son knows who I am. You know. But the man that's in that house, he's just as much my kid's dad as I am. He may not have stuck his dick in my ex at the time and produced the baby, but he's there doing all the things that a father should do. He's helping raise him. He's caring for him. He's teaching him. You know. So he's dad too. You just don't tell him I said that. I don't want him to get a big head. Nah, I give him shit all the time when I talk to my son. Because like I said, I talk to my son every day. I'm constantly telling my son to go kick him in the ass. Tell him I said hi. Yeah. And I mean, that's the crazy part about it. Me and my ex, we was best friends since we was kids. You know, we got together, was together like 5 years. It didn't work out, you know, and we're still best friends. You know, if I've got an issue and I need somebody's advice, she's the one I go to. She's the one I talk to. One of that broke up a little bit better than that. Come on, break it up. No! Oops! Ah, that was silly. Yep, it was. But yeah, they ain't stepkids. They your babies. They just ain't from your loins. That's why I've always tried not to be in relationships with people with kids, because 9 times out of 10, my relationships don't work. You know, and I don't want to have the kids suffer because I'm an asshole and my relationships don't work. That's why I don't do relationships anymore. But it works for me. I'm 46 years old and never been married, never will be. And I'm okay with it. I mean, the chick that lives with me now, she's got an 18-year-old daughter. And me and her daughter clash heads damn near on a daily basis because her daughter don't like the way I am. But every time she wants something or she gets into trouble, you know, as far as outside of the house, she has issues, you know, I'm the one that fixes them. And while she ain't my kid, you know, I treat her just like she was. She don't like it, but she'll get over it. And once she finally gets out on her own, she'll understand that I was only here trying to help. But I'm okay with her hating me most of the time. If my kids don't say that they hate me at least once in their life, I'll know I was not doing my job. Good fucking shot. I normally don't lose at this game. That was a good shot, though. Yes, no. You gonna give me a rematch? You gonna let me try to win my money back? Guess not. Yeah, and I'm okay with it. You know, that's why I try to tell people that come to me and ask me my advice on shit. You know, is don't try to be your kid's friend. You're not supposed to be their best friend. You're supposed to be their mentor. You're supposed to be their teacher. You're supposed to be their caregiver. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't have fun with them. But the minute that they start thinking that you guys are pals and best friends is the minute that they start thinking that they've got complete say over shit, or they got more say than what they actually do in their upbringing. You know, my job is to make sure my kids are prepared for the world when I'm gone. They know how to handle things without me, because none of us are here forever. You know, there's the unlucky few that outlive their children, and my heart breaks for them. You know, but the lucky ones of us that their kids outlive, our kids outlive us. You know, if they don't know how to live without us, we did not do our fucking job as parents. Damn, I'm gonna lose again. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with that 11-13 down there. Let's see if I can use this right here to break it up. No, didn't get the right English on it. First shot I miss, it's over. Ooh, that was close. Yep, it's over. Yeah, my Xbox is probably getting hot. I'm gonna be jumping off here in a little bit, anyways, because my grandma just got out of the hospital. She's on her way here. I'm having her stay with us for a few days, so I got to get off here and get some shit set up for her. Probably gonna jump off after this game. Alright, yeah, we start with the 15 and work our way around, and should be able to come back and win this. Don't tell me I hit it too hard. Very good. Alright, Terminator. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you listening to my rant. Hell, man, we're going to have to get together on Call of Duty sometime. I'll play one more. Get on there and see what we can do together. tomorrow when I get up, I'll take and try to see if you're on and get your info for Call of Duty and add you as a friend if you don't mind. See if we get some games going together. I mean, I got a couple people that I usually play with regularly, but always trying to find new people to play with. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. This is gonna be my last game, and then I will be on sometime tomorrow. You have a good night, man, and I'll see you sometime tomorrow.